So, my friend, you're trying to use the law of attraction, but it feels like you're hitting a brick wall. There's 5 deadly habits that kill the law of attraction in your life. The bad news is that experts are saying the majority of these habits are being done every single day by the vast majority of the population, which means you and I, unknowingly. The good news is, when you're aware of these habits, you can start to use the law of attraction quicker and faster. Now, first things first, just imagine trying to hit a bullseye with your eyes shut. Sounds impossible, right? Or you could just imagine you're testing your aim, but you don't even have a bullseye to actually aim your target. That's exactly what it's like when you're not clear about what you want. So the law of attraction is like a GPS system that takes you where you want to go, but if you don't know where you want to go, then you can't see the magic unfold because the law of attraction doesn't know what to do. It's like wandering around in the dark without a map or without a compass, because clarity around what you want in life is the thing that shines that light on your desires. Otherwise, you're just stumbling around in the dark, or you're like a piece of paper that's blowing in the wind, and the LOA is like, hey, what are you saying? What are you doing? Having clear written goals versus vaguely wanting a better life, that's the difference between a scattered flashlight and a clear laser beam. Without that clarity, your energy's just all over the place, because 1 minute the LOA is working, 1 minute it's not, and that's killing your attraction power. It's making your vibrational frequency weak, and it's like a tree without any roots in the wind. So you have to know exactly what you want, not what you think you can get based off your past or what other people told you, not what you're willing to settle for, but what you really want to live a full, rich, and complete life. And when you have the clarity around that, that's when you see the law of attraction really work. When you decide what you want, instead of saying like, I want abundance, I want to be happier. Because what does vaguely wanting more abundance and happiness, what does that even mean in the first place to the universe? If you just imagine the law of attraction was a person, and so you have to tell this person what it is that you want, but you just say abundance. Like, does that mean $5? Does it mean you don't have a car at all and you just want a piece of crap car that breaks every couple months? Like, you have to know what you want. It's like taking a camera to film this, and if we film it out of focus, you're not going to get the right picture. It's the exact same thing. So you start with pulling a pen and a pad out, and you write down, what do you really want? And sometimes when I say that, like, yeah, all you gotta do is just write it on a piece of paper, people don't think it's serious. They don't think it's that serious to specifically know what you want and have a crystal clear image of it versus vaguely having it. But it happens all the time for me. Like, for example, just recently, I wanted a new car, and I wanted a very specific car. I wanted a all black, matte black Mercedes AMG E53 with black rims, convertible, and I knew exactly what it was. I didn't want a black one. I wanted a satin black or matte black one. And I put it on my vision board, and I started practicing visualizing it. Well, a crazy thing happened. I got that car very quickly, but even crazier is, one day, after I got that car, I forgot to update my vision board on my specific desires. My daughter, who comes into my room a lot of times when I'm working and she likes to hang out, she comes into my room to start to use the chalkboard, and she sees my vision board there and she says, oh look, Daddy, it's Daddy's black car. It's Daddy's black car. And I was like, oh yeah, it is. I forgot to take that off the board. That's what happens. They happen so fast that other people notice it, but you have to be specific. Pull out the pen and pad, write it on a piece of paper. What do you want? What do you want your life to look like? How much money do you want to make? What type of car do you want to drive? What type of house do you want to live in? What is your relationships, your family life, your personal life? What do you want it to look like? Put that into ink. Now, the second deadly habit is about worry. Do you ever worry if things are going to work out? Do you ever find yourself sitting there doubting the law of attraction, doubting yourself, questioning if the universe is actually even hearing you? Have you ever found yourself and you're wondering, does the universe actually have my back? Does this stuff work? Right? Sometimes we feel like we're shouting into a dark void. We're hoping our wishes will come true, but we're expecting the worst case scenario. So how do we trust the universe to actually help us manifest our dreams? What does it actually mean to believe in the law of attraction and trust God? Have you ever noticed? Sometimes, though, when you don't worry, things just work out. Like you miss a red light and then you bump into an old friend at the next intersection. Something like that happened to me. I missed a bunch of red lights on my way to an exercise class. I was so late, I almost didn't go inside. I was running into the class, and then I ran into some guy when I was trying to get into the class. I looked up, I had to apologize to the guy, and I look up, and it's this guy that I wanted to do business with that I couldn't get a hold of. And out of that scenario, we ended up having a business relationship. Trusting the universe is about understanding there is a bigger plan. Things are happening for you. A lot of times it's behind the scenes, and sometimes it's not clear and you can't see it, but things are happening for your best good. That's a perfect example of that. Literally, like, these things are happening and we don't have to worry about every single little detail. And that's the secret. Now, I think the zillion-dollar question out of this is, have you ever had something happen, then it didn't happen, but then it worked out better than you expected? What if the universe knows better than you do? What if it's guiding you to something even better than you can imagine or you're hoping for or you're expecting to come into your life within a certain time frame? Think about a time when something didn't work out and then it led to something even better. The universe is doing its thing. So you just affirm to yourself when you're in that place, I'm a miracle magnet and everything works out perfectly for me today. I'm a miracle magnet and everything works out perfectly for me today. Comment that down below. I'm a miracle magnet and everything works out perfectly for me today. This is you switching the signal and saying, hey, God, universe, I do trust you and I'm ready for something good. And that little shift happens in an instant and that puts you back on track. Now, the third fatal habit is about the mind games that we play with ourselves, the negative self-talk, the negative beliefs, right? We've all found ourselves thinking like, I can't do this. I don't deserve this, which is basically broadcasting a stay away signal to all the good things that you want directly to the universe. So the universe, the law of attraction goes, okay, I guess you don't want it. I guess you're not ready for it. I'll just wait right here whenever you are ready and you change the signal that you're sending me. That these subconscious negative thoughts push away what it is that you want. So you have to challenge them. You ask, is this true? Is this really true? Who would I be without this thought? Is this true? Is this really true? Who would I be without this thought? And then you reverse it. That comes from Byron Katie. Think about that. So if you say that you're not good enough, for example, to make more money in your business, you're not smart enough, is this true? Feels like it, but is it really true? No, it's not actually true. Who would I be without this thought? Well, I'd be happier, I'd be less stressed, I'd be more creative, I'd probably have better energy, and I'd actually end up making more money. Then you flip it. I'm constantly receiving and discovering new ways to make money. I'm constantly receiving and discovering new ways to make more money. Is that as true or truer than the other? Yeah. Is it true? Is it really true? Who would you be without that thought? And then flip it. That gets you right back in tune with the law of attraction. And the fourth habit that kills the law of attraction, inconsistency. So if you think of consistency like when you're working out, we all heard the analogy, you can't do it once. And it's the same thing with the law of attraction. So if you think about when you first learned how to walk or how to ride a bike, did you just hop on the bike and then you started pedaling like a pro? No, it took practice. You did it every day. You fall. Like when I was little, my parents put me in front of this little grass hill right in front of our house, so I kept falling, and that way I wouldn't really get hurt bad, and I'd have enough consistency or repetition in order for it to become a subconscious habit. So what about that, right? Why does something repeatedly doing over and over make a difference? And neuroscience has proven that when you repeat something, you're actually strengthening the neural pathways in your brain. So the law of attraction isn't just spiritual, it's also neurological, because those patterns get hardwired into the cells of your brain, and then your brain starts to become an automatic signal for the law of attraction. So repetition changes your brain. The more you do something, the stronger and the more efficient those pathways become. And that's why I'm so big on reprogramming your subconscious mind in success hypnosis. Like what actually changed my life with the law of attraction, it wasn't just like reading The Secret or watching The Secret movie or finding some video once on YouTube. It was about finding the same things, listening to them over and over. And then I realized, wow, I have a subconscious mind. It has approximately, according to Stanford University, 65,000 thoughts a day. 95% of them are unconscious. They're habitual. They were hardwired into me when I was a child. So, all right, I need to reprogram this. And I created a success hypnosis that told me I was a millionaire when I was in my 20s. I was this big successful author. My books are being translated in other languages. My YouTube channel was going viral. All these things. None of them were happening, but I listened to this thing all day long. By the time I was 23 years old, I got my first book deal with Penguin Random House, yada, yada, yada. All those things happen because I used repetition to rewire my subconscious. And I have a free success hypnosis. It's right there down below, jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned to the comments and in the description. I highly recommend you get it, but don't get it yet because we have 2 more fatal habits that are stopping you from getting what you want. And the 5th deadly habit that kills the law of attraction is a lack of gratitude. So why is gratitude such a big deal? It seems stupid, right? But if you actually think about it, when you're grateful, how do you feel, right? You feel happy, you feel content, you feel like the world isn't such a bad place after all. And that feeling is like a magnet, a signal you're sending to the universe. When you focus on the good things you have, you're setting the stage for a more positive experience with the universe because you're telling the universe, hey, I love this. Can I have some more of this, please? Hey, I'm ready to receive more. But the thing is that gratitude doesn't just make you feel good. It actually changes the way your brain works. Studies have shown that when you practice gratitude regularly, it does change your nervous system, change you from a physiological level, and again, you start to build new neural pathways in your own brain. And there's a reason in the Bible it says, to those that have, more is given. To those that don't have, even that which they have is taken away. When you're in the state of gratitude, you're basically coming with an open cup that says, I'm ready to receive more. But the trick is, for using the law of attraction, can you give thanks for things that haven't manifested yet? Like, in order for my YouTube channel to go from a couple thousand subscribers, 100 views on a video, making $0, to almost having 1 million subscribers and it becoming a full-time livelihood, all those things. In order for that to happen, I had to give thanks for my YouTube channel going viral before it happened. Can you give thanks for a future that has not been made manifest yet? That's the quickest way to get what you want using the law of attraction. So my friend, that is the 5 habits that are killing the law of attraction. Let me know in the comments which of these 5 speaks to you. And remember, it's not just that you're screwed. Now, oh man, I've been doing this. No, because the law of attraction is a momentary thing. The past doesn't exist and the future doesn't exist because all the energy that ever was and ever will be is 100% evenly present in all places at all times, which means everything you want already exists. Your past is already forgiven. So it's just about right now using these tools to change the signal that you're sending to the universe.